These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And this Green Bay defense making that play look a lot like the previous one. Both tackles behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down.
Results in a 4th down.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. Rodgers will bring the Pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 46. He'll throw from the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. 7 yards, the pickup there.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 47-yard line.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. The play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How are they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line.
Cook, the ball carrier.
Adrian Amos up to make the tackle.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
15-yard line.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Cook. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Second and 12. Back to throw here. Incomplete on the deep ball. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They're going to look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yikes. Terrible kick, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Packers take over first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion. Guys are a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they
out.
have that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here. Past the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play that time for the Packers. 45 yards. 5 yards from the end zone, first and goal. Now Jones. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal.
It's a gain of a
Second and goal from inside the 5. Touchdown, Packers.
Rodgers
From 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the early lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Crosby with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A yard. Brings up second and 9.
Last play got just a yard. Here's second and 9 from the 26. Out of the gun. They look to throw. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Rashawn Gary just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Brings up third down. That's the end of the first quarter. With the score, Packers 7, Vikings nothing.
It looks like the Packers have added an extra DB on third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. gun now on third down. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Well, a late flag comes in as they got him down via the face mask, and that'll give him even better starting position. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Rodgers. Goes to the right side here, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
A gain of 22 yards.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
He was looking for his tight end, Jay Sternberger there. And it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Rodgers. They'll drop this underneath for Jones. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6.
Complete.
A good-looking drive for the Packers so far. It's a first down. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for 1st and goal. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
He was brought down by Tom.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your...
Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay.
To Davante Adams.
Davante Adams. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still 2nd quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. 2nd and 13. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
That's good.
A gain of 13. It's a first down.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
At the 32.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards, a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
44-yard line.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. Able to connect, incomplete. Well, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
I absolutely love the flexibility of these punters. Their leg drive, able to get it way up in the air, and that allows the punt team to get down there and down it inside the 10 because they've had some time.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On play action, it's Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
Rodgers pass.
3 yards the gain there, second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
At the 47-yard line.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Incomplete.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the 3rd quarter. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spend the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Looking deep for Adams. This is taken in. It's complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Packers. Devontae Adams, 87 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
At their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line.
What part of they went empty set there? No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
He's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Rodgers. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now.
Score, Packers 28, Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
On play action, they'll throw. That's complete to the receiver Thielen. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 29-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down.
14. And a Packer first down.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Handoff to Aaron Jones.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. 4 touchdown passes now for Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers add 6 to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I'm just going to fit that in on the podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Johnson was the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. On the carry, it's Cook. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
50-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. He'll drop to throw. And it's caught by Smith. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Smith Jr. His first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit.
Vikings.
His first career touchdown pass, and yeah, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, but make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Packers take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit. Wind.
It's caught at the 25. And he'll get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers add on to their lead. Extra point try now for Crosby. And that'll increase their lead to 28. And we'll return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. The fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Now this will make it into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really looking for his tight end Rudolph, and it's intercepted. Picked off here at the 29. That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure, but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He was taken down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This one brought in by Jefferson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed. Because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Gonna let it fly for Rudolph. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play for the Vikings on 3rd down. 49 yards. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Not quite the success they had last play. This one goes for 3 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers.
Here's the 2nd and 7. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Justin Jefferson. His second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21.
Makes the score Packers 42, Vikings 21.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the fourth. And a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. Touchdown, Packers! Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His second touchdown on the season. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Now Crosby for the point after. And that'll increase their lead to 28.
Makes the score Packers 49, Vikings 21.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this fourth quarter. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
And he'll find Thielen on the right side. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. On first down, Cook. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Packer pressure, and down he goes. Kenny Clark gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. There's some space here. What did you see on that one? Rookie mistake or just good defense?
It was a combo play, but the rookie quarterback, he'll take it all on his shoulders, and the frustration level is evident. You can see it with him. You know, if that's a veteran quarterback, he walks off like he just threw a touchdown pass because he doesn't want to show that to the defense. The young guys, they take it more to heart. It's on their sleeve a little bit. He'll learn as he goes along how to hide his emotions.
So they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Rangers throwing here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that's leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Packers 56, Vikings 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. They're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And they'll indeed take a knee.
Today's final score, Packers
A
56.
big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Green Bay, they improved to 5-0 now on the young season. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll sink now to 0-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home.